Mr. President. If not for any other thing, as a person, I know the sacrifice he has made to ensure that we still stand as a government. So I took this decision as my own return favor, my own clearing the bush to ensure that his re-election come 2027 would be easy, smooth in this state. Now that we are all in one party, because I believe that we have always supported him, but maybe from different flats. We are now inside one flat. The job is easy to continue what we have promised, Mr. President. Let me thank the National Executive. The state chairman is representing the national chairman. I want to assure you, you can take my message back to him, that we will do everything to keep APC as the main and active progressive party in Rivers State. We are not only going to stop there. It is my responsibility from this minute to ensure that the party is properly taken care of. I will assure you here that every need of the ESCO, every need of the party in the state becomes my responsibility. Mr. Chairman, welcome back to your house. This used to be your house. Now walk, you're entering here now, walk with swag. Because this is your house now. Let me thank every one of you, our leaders, who have always been disturbing me. And finally, when I took the decision, you said, you're standing with me. There is no going back. We have a big task ahead to preach the gospel of Mr. President, to soften every strong ground in this state, and to make sure that at the end, it will be a smooth sail in Rivers State.
Really? This is to tell you that 98% of Nigerian politicians, if not 99, 98% of them go into politics for their selfish interests. Not because they want to serve. Not because they want to correct things. They go into politics for their selfish interests. They believe it is their turn to embezzle. It is their turn to siphon. It is their turn to benefit. That is the reason most of them go into politics. Look at Mr. Fubara. It is no longer about the Nigerian people. It is no longer about the residents of Rivers State. It is now about Mr. Tinubu and APC. So they have a big task ahead. Not to satisfy the yearnings of the Rivers people, the residents of Rivers State. Not to satisfy their yearnings, but to make APC the main party in Rivers State. To give Mr. Tinubu a huge victory in Rivers State come 2027 general elections. That is the big task they have ahead. What a shame. What a shame. The only time you see Nigerian politicians coming out to speak against the government, whatever the government is doing that is wrong, is when they are not among the party holding power. When they are not benefiting from the ruling party, that is when they come out to speak the truth. Just look at Mr. Dino Melaye. He is behaving like a saint now because PDP is no longer in power. When PDP was holding power, we know what they did. We know about Mr. Dino Melaye's ordeals when PDP was in charge. Today, he's behaving like a saint because he does not have a voice, because they are not the ones in control. He's behaving like a saint. That is what they do. Look at Mr. Fubara. He became a governor under the umbrella of PDP. He just decamped to avoid Wike's wahala come 2027 elections because he knows that his former godfather, who happens to be Mr. Wike, would not make things easy for him come 2027. He's not going to make things easy for him. It is going to be tough. That's the reason he quickly decamped from PDP to APC so that he would be covered under the umbrella of Mr. Tinubu, under the umbrella of APC. Being the party in charge, they are going to run things for him. He's going to have a smooth victory to power. That's the reason he did it. For him, it is now about Tinubu APC, no longer about the people of Rivers State. What a pathetic situation. Too bad. Too bad. You see, the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria can be likened to someone who has a lot of bad items in their home. They don't have money to change them. So what they do in such a situation is to select the items that are still manageable among the very bad items and start using them. That is the situation we are in Nigeria. Most of the politicians are bad. So what we do is to select the ones that are still manageable, at least still manageable. Select those ones and support them. Very pathetic situation. The only time you see Nigerian politicians speaking against the ills of the government is when they are not members of the party holding power. When they are not members of the ruling party, they are not members of the party in charge. That is when they speak out, when they are not benefiting. Because if you are not a member, you would hardly benefit. Hardly. In fact, you would not benefit. So when they are not the ones holding power, they are quick to speak out as if they are speaking for the people. All of a sudden, they become the voice of the people. But when they are the ones holding power, forget about it. You would not hear their voice again. Everything becomes all right with the party. We saw it now. That is what Dino Melaye is doing now. When he was in PDP, has he forgotten his ordeals? Has he forgotten what he did in PDP? Today, he's parading himself as a saint because PDP is not holding power. Look at Mr. Fubara. He's not even up to how many years. All of a sudden, he has switched. He has switched. He is now all about Tinubu and APC, no longer about the Rivers State people. At least, they are the party in power. They would do whatever would favor APC in Rivers State. Now he has a big task ahead, not to satisfy the yearnings of the people of Rivers State, but to ensure that APC gains more ground in Rivers State. To ensure that come 2027, his master, Mr. Tinubu, gets a massive victory in Rivers State. That is the task he has ahead. Sadly, it is that bad. The other day, Edo State governor was speaking, he was saying the same thing. You can see that they are all bunch of wicked and heartless people. Bunch of selfish people who have little or no interest of the citizens at heart. It is a very pathetic situation. They cannot make a public statement without acknowledging Mr. Tinubu because they are all counting on him now. They are all counting on him. They have all pitched their tent under his umbrella because 2027 is around the corner. They are not even talking about satisfying the people so that they can get voted for by the people willingly. They are not about that. That is what it is supposed to be. Serve the people, satisfy the people, and get their support. That is what politics should be all about. Especially in a democratic nation like Nigeria. Serve the people, satisfy the people. You don't have to do much to convince them to support you again. They would support you. But no, they would not do it. They would rather ignore the people and use other means that would harm the people to get into power. Very bad. Very bad. Mr. Fubara, we expected it. We saw it coming. It is not a surprise. It is not a surprise. 98%, if not 99% of Nigerian politicians are selfish, wicked, and they go into politics for their selfish interests. They don't go into politics to serve. They go into politics because they believe it is their turn to benefit from the corrupt system. Thank you for your time. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments.